Alright, let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome back to another motovlog video. In today's video, I am currently driving out because I actually just got new tires for I just got new front tires today, early in the afternoon today. Actually not in the evening. And that kind of like contradicts what I said during my second, is it second or third? I think my second. Was it third? I don't remember. In one of my motovlogs, I mentioned that I wouldn't buy a new tire because I would rather pump it every week. But I realized I just got too tired of it, so I just bought it for $120 and just decided to, like, screw the pumping. I'll just buy a new tire. And now I'm driving out so that I can get the bike seasoned on the road and for me to get used to it. Because when I got out of the freaking shop after I got my new tire, it was so new. Like, the feeling was so new. It was like foreign to me. Like it was a totally new bike. So now I'm just trying to get used to riding the bike now. So yeah. The cornerings now, like my turns are way smoother. Like I can turn without worry now. Not turn my head, but like turn left right with my bike way easier now. And it feels like what I said, like a totally different bike. So honestly, it's worth the investment, honestly. The reason I'm recording today is because I want to talk about how do you enroll in how do you start taking your 2B license during this time of COVID. Because I know for a fact that because of COVID, a lot of things are more complicated now, and you might get very confused as to the process, and like everything is just very jumbled, and like there's not a lot of information on what's going on. So since I had taken my license halfway through COVID, I will try my best and guide you guys through how to get your license during this time. And yeah, a little bit of a fact about me when I took my license. So I took my license at BBDC, Bukit Batok Driving Center, and I started my license at January 2020, and I ended it at October 2020. Now you might be wondering, why did it take me so long to complete it? Well, that's because I took my time. I didn't really want to speed run like how people would normally do. I just wanted to like take my own time, because during that time I was still schooling. So I just limit myself to maybe one class per week, or dedicate one day to just going to BBDC. I never like go. I rarely go twice in a week. That happened during my later stages, but that's not important. So when COVID happened, which was around April May period when circuit breaker happened, that was during my I was still halfway during my practical. So a lot of things changed, and I got really confused. And basically, like, the placement of where do we assemble, how are classes taken, they are way different than how you normally do in like before COVID. So here I am here to explain to y'all what is different, what's the process like, and just to make sure, like, if whoever's out there who wants to take your 2B license, I'll try my best and guide you guys through it. And if you guys have any other questions, you can also write them down below, and I will try my best to answer them with the knowledge that I still have left. Because do note, I already graduated like 2 months ago, so I still have a fresh graduate mindset in my head. However, there are a couple of things that I might have forgotten, or a couple of things might have changed after I left there. So the information given might be totally different. So let me just mention first, right, that what I'm gonna be explaining, right, is strictly only for BBDC. So there might be some differences in what I'm explaining for if you're going to other schools like CDC or SSDC. So just take note lah. So let's talk about how do you enroll into BBDC. So in my case, when I enrolled into BBDC, I just went there physically, and I just went to the front desk, tell them that I want to enroll 2B license, and I wanted to get I just want to get my 2B license. I provided them my IC, and that was it lah. there was really nothing much to that. But now due to COVID, I think there are only two ways in which you can enroll in to get your lesson, which is online and by booking appointment. So for online, all you have to do is create an account or something at the BBDC website, and yeah, that's it. You just create an account at BBDC website. Second, you can book an appointment by calling them and asking whether you can have a time slot, and then you just meet up with the person and they will tell you the process of what to do and stuff. After you create an account, what you need to do is, so let's talk about online, okay? So what I'm gonna be explaining here is based on what my friend did, because he enrolled his 2B license online during COVID. So I'm strictly just basing off his own experience. So he created you create your account, and then afterwards you book a class. So any class will do, but we'll talk about that later. So you just book a class, and then when you book your class, before you go for that class, you need to make sure that you need to make sure you go for your eyesight test. So the eyesight test, you have to go for your eyesight test and also the picture taking. Yeah. So the reason why you need to book a class beforehand is because the security guard at the gate would not allow you to enter the premise without you having a proper reason as to why you need to enter BBDC. So you need to either have an appointment booked or you have a class. So yeah, that's the only way you can go inside. And when you go inside the gate, you need to make sure that you show them your IC, your booking statement, and also your trace entry. Trace together. What my trace entry? What am I saying? If you're wondering where I'm going, I'm actually just going in a very quiet road. I saw on YouTube there's this road that is nice for night riding, so I just decided to just try it out. Try driving out here. So actually I haven't mentioned this yet, but if you want to know how to get to BBDC, all you need to do is go to Bukit Bantok, Bukit Gombak MRT. Disembark, go to the opposite side of the bus stop station, and take the bus 991. I don't remember how many stops. I think like two stops. But you know yourself lah when you see it lah. So just remember that lah. So that's how you get to BBDC. And make sure when you enter through the back gate, because they block out the front gate to only allow one-way traffic. Damn, I've never been here before, so this is really new to me. Holy crap, this is fun. You're just driving in a place where you have no idea where you're going. So let's talk about the lessons now. So when you enroll into BBDC, right, the classes, you have two different routes. You can go through the theory route or the practical route. So for me, in my case, I went through the theory route first because I wanted to clear up all those kind of stuff before I have to focus on another thing. While like when I'm taking practical, I don't want to have like something in my head like, oh, remember do your theory, oh, remember do your theory. No, I just want to complete my theory first so that when I do practical, I have like an ease of mind, you know. So yeah, I decided to just do my theory first. So in theory, you have to complete your BTT and your RTT. So to do your BTT, right, you need to first do your BTE. So sorry, you might get confused with these short forms that I'm using. So BTT stands for Basic Theory Test, which is the actual test that you have to go through. Basic Theory Evaluation is an evaluation that allows you to take your test. So basically it's like, think of it as a ticket to allow you to have access to take the test lah. So your BTE, your so-called ticket, only will last you 14 days. So here's the downside. So let's say you take your BTE and your BTT is after those 14 days, you have to retake your BTE so that you can take your BTT. It can be very annoying. I can understand that because it happened to me before. My BTE ran out when I wanted to take my BTT. So yeah, I just had to retake my BTE. It was a waste of money, but I had no choice lah. So for you, for me, my advice to you, for you to be fully prepared for your BTT, you need to at least take 2 BTPs. So BTP stands for basic theory practice. So what is BTP, and what does BTT test you for, and what does it consist you, or what do you practice for? So BTP consists of like 100 questions put separately into, like, not 100 lah, maybe more than that. Put into 4 books. Each BTP lesson is only about 30 to 45 minutes. So that only gives you enough time to have practice for only 2 books. So that's why it's recommended that you take 2 BTPs to go through all of it. But to be honest, right, all the theories, or like everything theory related, most of them are common sense. So as long as you are a normal minded person, you should be able to pass them even without taking BTP lah. I heard of somebody who retook her BTT like 14 times or some shit like that from an instructor. An instructor told me, because she never wanted to take her no, not her BTT, her BTE, because she keep retaking BTE because she didn't want to go for her practice, which is so dumb. Like, how can you fail BTT? BTE or BTT is so dumb. So both tests, BTT and RTT, they are all located at the second floor of the BBDC building. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, you should be good to go. So everything that I mentioned earlier is the same for RTT, which stands for Riding Theory Test. But the only difference is that RTT has more books, basically. Look, the road is so empty, I can just like drive with no worries. Look at this, damn, what the frick? Holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever! What the hell? Oh my god. Wow, you really have to ride here. If you guys get your license, ride here. Holy shit, this is definitely worth it. Oh my god. So, um, after you done your BTT and your RTT, you're done with your theory test, and yeah, now we can talk about the practical route. I probably forgot to mention a couple of details here and there, and if you guys are still confused, you can still comment down below, and I will try my best to answer them. So let's talk about the practical route. So the practical route, you have to go through the compulsory 4 lessons called BTL and RTL. So there's BTL 1.1, 1.2, and RTL 1.1 and 1.2. Now, honestly speaking, when you go for this lesson, right, you don't actually have to listen to them, because most of them are common sense as well. But and they won't fail you if you're not paying attention. There's no like hidden test at the end. All you have to do is just attend. Cause there was people who went there, right? I was in the class. People slept. People used their phone the whole time. People don't even listen. Right. There are some instructors that will point you out and ask you questions. That one is them chibai one. Oops, sorry, I used bad word. Sorry. Yeah, those lessons are pretty easy. You don't really have to think much about them. Just as long as you listen and you know what or you already know what to do, then that's fine. You don't actually have to take the lesson. So once you go through the compulsory lessons, only then can you book for your stage 1 for your practical. So let me just keep to this might be common sense, but there are some people there who thought this way. Me, for example, who thinks that there's only 5 stages before you move on to 6, 7, 8. Because here's the thing, I thought, right, there's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, right? They're all one class. But that's not the case. Each stage has its own component, which is stage 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, stage 2.1, stage 2.2, then 3.1, 3.2, 4.1, 4.2, 5.1, 4.2, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, once you reach 6, 7, 8, they are just one lesson only. So for practical, you need to make sure that you bring your gloves, the white cap that they provide you, unless you're using your own helmet, because this white cap, right, is for you to use when you want to use the school helmet that they provide. But if let's say you want to use your own helmet, then you don't have to use that. Because let me just tell you first, the helmet can be quite smelly and wet sometimes, so that one just FYI. For the lesson, right, where do you go, where do you attend, all that kind of stuff. So when you book, right, you need to make sure that you have your BBDC app on your phone. So the BBDC app will let you know on that day itself whether there's class or not. And when there is class, you just click that time slot at that session, and then you click the button that says attend. They give you a number and the description of what the tag looks like. So orange with bright colored white, or green with black color, you know, kind of stuff. So when you enter BBDC, you see a big row of chairs. All you have to do is find your number tag that's on the chair. So you just take your tag, you wear it, you sit down and you wait. But before that, you can put your stuff at the bus stop where you can take your items, such as where you can put your stuff in the lockers, and you can take your helmet, the school provided helmet, and also your knee guard, elbow guard and knee guard. Cause here's the thing, when you just started out, you were required to wear your elbow guard and knee guard. So stage one, you will require to use your elbow guard and knee guard. Afterwards, stage 2 onwards, you don't need to use your elbow guard and knee guard anymore. But there's only one instance where you need to wear your elbow guard and knee guard, which is stage 3.2, which is your emergency brake, where you have to brake them hard, and then like, and then if you fall, you know, got protection. That's why they want you to wear your elbow guard and knee guard. And also during then you already be on the big circuit, not the mini circuit anymore, just the big circuit. So yeah. Alright, so when you're waiting for your class to start at the chairs, what will happen is basically you just wait, and a bunch of instructors will come out and they will call for your class. Now you need to make sure you listen properly, because there will be some riders who are taking their 2A and class 2, which might have the same stage number as you. So they will say class 2A stage 1.1, or 2A 1.1, class 2 1.2. You just need to make sure that you hear 2B first, or just hear your class number and make sure you confirm that it's for your class, which is either stage which is 2B. So yeah, just take note of that. Then afterwards, when they call you, you just go to them, and then you just give them your IC and show them on your phone, the app, that this is your number tag and this is your slot. So yeah, that's how you take your BBDC. For stage 1.1, you'll just be learning how to push and pull the bike off the main stand, and learn how to control your biting point of the bike. So in my case, I couldn't push the bike on and off the main stand. I did it once, but I couldn't properly control the biting point, like know where the biting point is. But the instructor was really nice and he still let me off and let me pass. So good on him lah. After that, you will go through your stage 1.2, which is changing gear 2, gear 3 in the mini circuit. So you just learn how to slow down with your rear brake, you know, or like with your front brake. And yeah, and I just need to say, right, that make sure that you don't use your left lever as another brake, like bicycle. That is your clutch, which I was not used to yet, but you know. So stage 1.3, you'll be learning how to change up until gear 5, and they will also teach you how to check your blind spot. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Stage 1 should be relatively easy. I say that, but I failed that lesson once. So yeah. Anyways, for stage 2, you'll be learning how to go up the slopes. So basically, you learn how to go up the slope, stop at the slope, and move off from the slope. I'm not gonna go into detail how you're gonna do it, how you're supposed to do it, because you'll learn it when you go there. But for me, I couldn't. I was really scared, because like you have to press your rear brake really hard, and if you don't press hard enough, you'll fall back, which will actually give you points when you're taking your test. So just remember to do that, and you should be totally fine. So I failed that lesson once because I fell off the bike a couple of times, because I couldn't properly press the brake and stop well, because I keep on using my front brake, which is not correct. You have to use your rear brake. So yeah, that was horrible for me lah. And it was my weakness. It was the worst. Out of the 5 courses that I had to do, slope was the weakest. So once you do stage 2.1, you'll be learning how to do, you go on to stage 2.2, which is learning how to go in and out of filter lanes, checking your blind spot, and how to change lane, and how to navigate through a traffic junction. So after you done stage 2.2, I failed that lesson once because I never properly knew how to when and where to check my blind spot, when and where to check the right side, left mirror, you know, all that kind of bullshit. So I think that one, blind spot checking and mirror checking and everything just comes to you naturally after you ride the bike a while. So don't be surprised, like don't be sad that if you don't nail it the first time. it will come naturally. Stage 3.1 is let me think. Is where you learn plank and slalom. So you learn how to you need to stay on a plank for damn long time. Not long, maybe 6 seconds. And slalom, which you have to go like this, which is like holy shit, is the hardest thing in the world. No, actually no. Plank is harder. Plank is harder. Plank is harder. Slalom is not that hard. So when you go for your plank, you just need to learn how. You need to know how to maintain your throttle, and use your rear brake. Cause you cannot use your front brake, or not you will fall off. It happened to me a lot of times. So yeah, just don't be scared. And then slalom, I actually had no issues with it. Just sometimes when I hit because I never properly speed up lah. So that's when you go to stage 3.2. Now 3.2, you learn how to emergency brake. So you'll kick up to gear 3, go to about 30 kilometers per hour, and you learn how to just you learn how to stop immediately. And this lesson is like what I mentioned earlier, the only lesson where you have to wear your elbow guard and knee guard after you pass your stage 1. So you're not gonna lie, you'll be a bit malu because people will think like, stage 1 pointer, but actually no, you're stage 3. So don't malu, it's for your own safety. So when you go for your e-brake, they will actually allow you to go through the plank and slalom as well. So you can have fun with that lah, but they won't test you for that. I don't want to go into details because then you'll learn again. And yeah, but if you guys have any issues with it, I can try and give my advice to you, and you can just ask me question for any lesson, for any stages. If you have any questions, I'll try my best. But do note, I just graduated, so I would say that if you have a more experienced rider, you can also ask them. Because honestly, I feel like I pass based on luck, but I don't know. So now stage 4. Stage 4 is the last stage in which you will learn something, a course that's new, which is your S course. So there will be a figure 8, and you just need to drive an S, and you have to complete that thing in under 11 seconds. For e-brake and for my S course, I keep falling off. And yeah, because I think I'll just fail, because you need to really commit to the turn. Because if you don't commit, you just fall. And if you don't maintain your speed, you just fall as well. And you have to really use your rear brake. Because if you don't use your rear brake, then it's game over, man. Game over. Bro, this is such a nice view, leh. What the hell? Yo, I should drive here more often, right? Holy crap. Yo, this is so cool. Bro, there's not a building around. Right, and there's just really tall freaking lights. It looks like a freaking, like, I mean, I don't know where I am, man. It's the coolest shit in the world. Holy crap. I love this. I've never gone night riding before, so this is damn fun for me. Holy crap. Okay, once my friends get their license, I'll bring them here. Holy shit. I like this, I like this. Alright, so anyways, stage 4.2, they will teach you how to go through the test route. And it's, honestly, they'll just let you go through the whole thing again. And yeah, as long as you don't fail so many times, I think they'll let you pass. Now, stage 5.1. Now, this is where shit gets real. But let me just remember, I need to mention, when you take stage 4, you are eligible to go for another lesson called defensive riding theory lesson. So when you go for defensive riding theory lesson, right, there's 3 parts. There is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and honestly, they are just there so that people will drive more safely. Because before 2020, 23rd December 2019, there was no such thing as TPDS, traffic police driving simulator. So honestly, they just do that because they want people to be more safe. But to be honest, for me, it just feels like money grabbing. Let me just, I forgot to mention, when you can go for your traffic police driving simulator after you taken 5 practical lessons. So it doesn't matter if you fail them. If you fail 5 practical lessons of stage 1.1, you can still go. Yeah, that's the thing. So you're totally fine with that. Yeah, you're totally fine to go for the lesson. Let's talk about the driving simulator. So driving simulator, right? Like the name itself, they will just simulate an environment in which you are driving in, and you just need to make sure you know how to react in the current situation. But honestly, I think it's just as long as you know what you're doing, you can pass. Actually, no. As long as you go for it, as long as you attend for it, you'll pass. I don't think, because not gonna lie, there's one simulator lesson which I failed a lot, but I still pass. And I think it doesn't matter as long as you attend it. They just need to tell you what you need to do in a current situation. I think they just want to inform you. And when you go for your TPDS, it's at the second floor of BBDC, and I don't think you need gloves for it because they'll wipe it. They'll wipe it for you, and you don't need helmet as well. So yeah. So anyways, let's talk about stage 5.1 again. So stage 5.1 is where originally they will teach you how to drive the whole test circuit with a pillion. I remember this because I saw people riding the pillion during when I was during my stage 1 and stage 2. Because during this time, when I was taking stage 3, COVID happened. So I had 1 month break of doing nothing, and when I came back, I was pretty scared because I scared my skills are bad lah. But it didn't. So I came back with during stage 3, and a lot of things changed and I got quite triggered. So anyways, stage 5.1, they will teach you how to drive with a pillion, the whole test route. So going up the slope with a pillion and basically anything with a pillion. But because of COVID, they to prevent, like, they want social distancing, right? So they will straight up skip that lesson, and that lesson itself is quite useless. They'll just tell you to go through the test route. They'll just familiarize you with the test route which you already know again. So to be honest, it's like totally pointless, but you can have fun with it lah. And then stage 5.2, that's your circuit assessment. So it's basically TP but just for the circuit itself, the big circuit. So you go through the test route and everything, and just get below 18 demerit points. My advice to for any test, right, is don't focus on getting less points. Focus on getting no immediate failures. Because, right, you immediate failure, you fail what? But if you get point, right, you have like 18 points to work with. So honestly, if you get points, that's fine. Just don't immediately fail. For me, I got 12 points for my 5.2. So nothing wrong with me there. I passed it the first time. Because after stage 4.2, right, I passed every single one of my lessons first try. So right, after that, you go through your stage 6, which you will just learn how to ride outside. Because once you pass stage 5.2, you need to register for an EPDL, which basically permits you to drive outside but with an instructor. So think of it as a fake license. So once you take your stage 5.2 and you get your EPDL, just make sure you get your just make sure you get your EPDL, and then you can go for your stage 6 onwards. So when you go for stage 6, you need to present to the instructor your EPDL, which you can just show on your phone. You don't have to print that out. And your IC plus your booking statement. So stage 6, they'll just teach you how to ride at night, and they'll let you go through some parts of the test route outside. So stage 6, right, is where you have to, it's strictly only nighttime. So you can't book at that. There's no slots for you at daytime or night or morning or evening. It's only nighttime. So yeah, that's sad for you, right, whoever works at night. So stage 7 is where they will teach you the test route outside. So outside they will teach you how to do U-turn and also the driving outside as well. So there's nothing really much for me to say there. And stage 8 is your assessment, just like your 5.2. Just make sure you get lesser than 18 points. If you get nice instructors, then good lah, then you can pass without worry. But if you get bad instructors, then too bad lor. Once you've done your stage 8, that's where you can take your test, TP test. So I remember for my TP test, you just sit outside, you wait 15 minutes before at least 15 minutes before the actual time of your slot. But there's only one slot, I think it's morning time, which is 7. So for TP test, right, this is for me for during COVID. So you just need to wait at your seat, right, and take your number, the tag as per usual, and then they'll go through the mini circuit first before they go for the test circuit. So when you go for your mini circuit, they'll go by number first. So they go by 1 to 20 or 1 to 10 and 1 to 10 to 11 to 20. Basically every 10 person. And then when you go for your test, the number goes by foreigners, and then age. So oldest to youngest. So I was the youngest during. I wasn't the very youngest, but I was pretty young that time. So my number was 47 during that time. So yeah, and there's only 50 students. Sorry, 50 test takers.
So they will just let you go through the small circuit first, you assemble back, and then they'll call out the numbers of those who fail. Then you go out and drive again, and then you they will assemble you back, call those numbers who fail, and you have to wait for like 1 hour. Then after that, you will once everyone wait, they'll do final countdowns again. They will do like second time, right? Even if they call your number out, right, there's still a chance where they'll call you again because that happened before. Like they already call the numbers, but and then we're all damn happy, you know. Then after that, suddenly they call more numbers, and after that, I made friends with one of them, and he got called, and I got damn sad for him. Then after that, he got called, and after that, the rest of us who were waiting, we all got called up into the room, and the guy just said, "All right, those who are here, you all pass." And then everyone in the room all like shout in happiness, you know. Everyone was damn happy. So yeah. So after you done your test, you have to go for one last class, which is for free, which is free. If you book first time with if you book first time, it'll be free. So you just need to take your expressway familiarization ride, which you will just learn how to drive on the road on the expressway as a group, and you don't have to worry about listen like following the rules 100%, because even if you make some mistakes, right, they will actually not care because you already pass, right? Why they don't need to test you anymore, so it doesn't matter to you anymore. So yeah, and after that you get your license. A week later they will send you the email, send you via mail the license, and yeah, that's how you go through your BBDC lesson. That's how you go through your 2B, class 2B, and that's how I got my license during COVID. Now, if you guys have any more questions, please ask them down below, and I'll try my best to answer them with the information that I have left. But other than that, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers and also 1.5k followers on TikTok. And yeah, that will be it for me today. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.